Warning, the following content that you about to receive is two motherfuckers in here cussing. If your ignorant ass kids that found this fucking podcast and you don't know how to do the parental settings of this shit, that's shame on you as a parent. You gotta do better. Viewer discretion is advised, motherfucker.
We take what we want, and after we take Lex Luger and the Giant, we want the gold sucker. Hulk Hogan, we coming for you, nigga. For you, nigga. For you, nigga.
We take what we want. We the realest in the business. We want the gold sucker.
Hulk Hogan,
we coming for you, nigga. We take what we want. We the realest in the business. We want the gold sucker.
Hulk Hogan,
we coming for you, nigga. We take what we want. We the realest in the business. We want the gold sucker.
Hulk Hogan,
we coming for you, nigga. We take what we want. We the realest in the business. We want the gold sucker.
Hulk Hogan,
we coming for you, nigga. Coming for you, nigga.
Shit.
Actually rolling sound this time. And action.
We had a cold open for y'all, but he forgot to press record button.
I forgot to press record on the sound, man.
Hi.
Welcome everyone to the We Coming For You Cast.
We still working this shit out, man.
We are live from Kazi Society here
Back
on
to back.
the luxurious corner of Market and Washington. Is that Market?
No, that's Tucker.
That's Tucker. Right there.
Tucker
in Washington.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Right, baby.
Downtown St. Louis, Missouri.
That's
if you
right.
did not know,
If
man.
you
We
didn't
have the We Coming For You cast. I am RVS.
Oh, y'all look at the camera. All right.
Yeah.
You can find me at French ISO6. It's FRANCHICE06. And my partner right here is.
Y'all already know what it is. Get ready. Watch your ears because you know what time it is. I am Rated R. You can find me on all social media platforms at R8TED_R. You gonna have fun editing that again?
Oh yeah. It was.
You got me living this gimmick now, man. Since he ain't there no more.
I know, right? It's your gimmick now.
Yeah, I guess.
It is
unless
your gimmick.
Finn Balor got something to say about that.
Well, we'll see. So we have another special guest today, but y'all know who he is, man. He's been on the show a bunch of times, and he's had a huge life event recently.
I did. I got extra large emos, but I got married. I got married a month before that. So I'm here.
Emos came first.
No Vince showed up. No drive-throughs in Vegas. It was done the right way. There was nothing there. Appreciate y'all shouting that out.
No roofies.
No
roofies.
No.
Okay. Okay. That's
But
all
yeah,
bad.
man, one half of the scenario, man. Matt Whitener in the building.
Yes, sir.
I do not have a Twitter anymore. I'm still not going back.
Hey man,
there.
free Matt Whitener's Twitter.
Free Matt Whitener's Twitter, man.
I feel like, hey, look, listen,
he ain't do nothing.
This 2009 all over again. We had to do the free Matt Whitener campaign back then. We gonna bring it back. Free Matt Whitener's Twitter this time. Though.
Yeah, I'm not coming to y'all. Y'all got to come to me. It is what it is. But man, I'm glad y'all had me in the building today. I wanted to get here last week, but y'all actually got the upgrade with Boogie D. I got a chance to check out the episode. It was off the charts.
Good show, y'all.
Shout out to Boogie D. Shout out to everybody at Kazi Society Studios, man. This is a luxurious, beautiful studio.
And they refilled these mints because we told these damn mints up last time. I'm eat them again.
I mean, you just heard me crunch on one just now. I ain't gonna lie to you.
I'm scared of mints because I've got feelings, and I always think that it's going to be the one time I go into the mint because I don't like sitting there. I don't like to suckle. I don't like suckling. I got an issue. It's like a Larry David type issue, but I don't want to suckle, so I want to get through it, but I also don't want to crack my feelings, so it's a phobia.
Yeah. Because that'll be an expensive feeling.
Yeah. And it's also, it's dumb.
Yeah.
Like, it's dumb. It's like you got to make up a story type thing where you're just like, yo, like, what's going on with your job? Oh, man, I was eating some mints down at the Kazi Society with Ray and Rodney and them. And yeah, man, I broke my... I'm not doing that.
Nah. We was at Kazi Society and 3 cats walked up on us, man. They just start fighting, dog. I hit my jaw. Guess what, though? Nah, I knocked that nigga out.
But then while we was fighting, I bit my mint and I broke my feeling. So no, I don't want to do that. No.
Happy week 1 NFL, y'all. We are recording this in the morning, y'all. So this week 1 NFL is like 9 p.m. I should be in the situation room, but I'm recording. He should be in the situation room. Matt should be in the situation room too. But we're here. That shows our dedication to the podcast.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We in here. I'm drinking coffee. It ain't even got Jameson in it this time.
I, on the other hand,
Yes, Matt is doing the right thing this morning.
The third street prophet is in the building.
Okay. Right.
Bring the swag. All right, man. So we gonna get into the show, man. First and foremost, man, we have to send out a RIP shout out to Daffney.
Yeah.
Daffney from the WCW days, man. She was in the mix around 1999. She had the whole thing with David Flair, Crowbar, all of them. She went to TNA after that, but rest in peace, shout out to her, man. The wrestling world was rocked by her passing.
Yeah, man. Like, I've heard stories about it. It's a public service, and I'm gonna say it because it did affect them taking classes off too, man. If you're dealing with mental health, man, get that stuff taken care of, man.
Yeah,
if you got to go see a specialist about it, get some of this stuff off your chest, man, because you just never know. It's always the people who are smiling the most and think they're having the best life in the world. They'll be the ones that are hurting the most. So, man, like, mental health is important, man, especially in every community. I'm not even going to put race into it. If you're dealing with some mental health, man, go get that taken care of, man, and work on it, because it's just something we're all dealing with right now.
And add on to that, man, you never know what's going on before you even know it. You know what I'm saying? So even if you feel good, work on feeling better. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, never stop that. But yeah, rest in peace there, man. That was I think I saw that first on Tori Wilson's timeline. I think it was the first place. So they were there close to around the same time. So man, peace there for that.
It's sad to see that, but rest in peace, man.
For sure. So we also got to send get well soon to the man, Triple H, man.
Vince, I see what you did, man. Put the man in the hospital,
man. So if you haven't seen this, man, Triple H.
I'm going to hell for that one.
So WWE released a statement saying that Paul Levesque, aka Triple H, underwent a successful procedure last week at New Haven Hospital following a cardiac event. The episode was caused by a genetic heart issue, and Paul is expected to make a full recovery. Now, first of all, when they dropped that, I'm like, hey man, listen, I can't, I can't.
Yeah.
We had just lost Michael K. Williams.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? We was talking about it, and it was just like, the way Kobe went out, it was just like, we can't
lose trips.
We can't lose Triple H.
Yeah.
Bubble wrap Triple H, man. I don't care what you gotta do. Put bubble wrap around him. You know what I'm saying? We gotta protect our legends, man.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, we can't have all that. But we glad that he got a procedure.
That's good.
They caught it. He got his surgery, man.
Right.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yep.
Absolutely.
Full recovery, man. So
the game needs you.
Yeah.
Literally.
Yes, literally.
The game needs the game.
The game needs the game.
We've seen what's going on when the game is when you don't stay true to the game. Let's see how far this could go.
Yeah.
So they didn't stay true to the game.
Right.
And now the game, as far as NXT is going down.
Yep.
Yeah.
I know that Triple H didn't see that multicolored situation. It was just like, oh, we're gonna come back Rick Rude branded. Like, that never seems like a good idea. So the game needs the game.
Right.
So we need for the game to get back in the game as soon as possible.
For sure. And all y'all putting out that terrorizing is all elite. Don't do that. Don't do that. Come on, man. Don't do that. Man. Now, let's get into some of our listener comments. Now, we got one comment.
Are we going to it right now?
That's the first comment. Manny Simpson. We coming for you, nigga. All right. Manny Simpson on YouTube said, how can y'all be so down with wrestling and cap for white men like this? Now, this is on the Boogie D episode, last episode. So I'm assuming that he's either talking about Boogie D saying that Ric Flair is his white daddy, or we was talking about Hulk Hogan. Like Boogie D expressed like, hey man, he wasn't mad at Hulk Hogan for saying he was racist, all that. So
is it time for another one of these?
It's time for another one of these. RVS rant.
Make your way.
So check this out, man. After all we've done for you motherfuckers, after all the blackness that we put on this podcast, you mean to tell me you think we capping where? Capping where? Because I actually replied to this Manny Simpson. I said, how so?
How so?
How so?
How so?
Capping how so?
How are we doing it?
Caping how so?
Caping,
not capping.
For the white man.
Caping for the white man. How so, Manny Simpson?
The episode where we talked about Brandy Rose's blackness, and we got damn blackballed with that.
AEW
for that. Got us for that. Banned from countries, but we capping for the white man.
We caping for the white man.
Get him.
Huh?
Get him.
So explain yourselves.
All right, so check this out. Man, fuck you, dog.
Come on, man. Hey, Manny, that was a little bit of a stretch, man. Come on, man. You know, we're probably one of the blackest damn wrestling podcasts you could probably listen to. We not capping for the right, man. We talked about everything that we could talk about to get blacks to succeed in this here podcast. We even talk about when they fuck up. I mean, we put them in check with accountability. I'm not going to Operation X. You know what accountability is, and y'all know who Operation X is if you just do the research about it. But no, man, that was a little bit of a stretch, man.
I'm gonna. I gotta take issue with that statement you just said. Y'all one of the blackest podcasts. Period. I'm not even gonna. I'm gonna take that wrestling out of it.
But Manny, thanks for listening because you're getting the downloads up.
Thank you for listening. I say fuck you in jest, but come on, man. Come on, Manny. Come on. Have you listened to the other 48 episodes that we put out?
You need to go listen to episode 6.
The name of the website is ProWrestlingBlack.org. Not Pro Wrestling Caping for the White Man.org.
Pro Wrestling Caping for the White
Man.org.
.edu.
All right, so we're going to move on. So we got a shout out from the Dirty Heels podcast. Shout out to y'all.
What's up, y'all?
Another black podcast.
Yes.
Hey, Dirty Heels. Are people coming on your comments talking about y'all caping for the white man? Because if they are, maybe it's an epidemic. Maybe we having a black podcast problem right now where people just think we out here.
That's maybe. Hey, man, niggas been behind a computer for the last 2 years.
All right. So now you're going into my world a little bit. Then I won't. I'll rant.
Come on, it's time for the first ever one of these Matt Whitener rants.
No, I know it'll be the second one. It'll be the second one for me. I did the last time I was on here. I had a no breath rant. If you remember,
that's right.
Yeah.
Right.
No, what was I upset? I don't even remember what I was upset about. I was big upset. No. I was just gonna say that I don't think there's anything on this here network. So I'm gonna put my Tony Khan hat on now.
Okay.
As the co-proprietor of the whole SOLC, there's no caping or no capping or anything that goes on this here network.
No, we don't do that.
This here network.
Because that's how 15-game suspensions happen.
Oh, shit.
And we put like bad reads in your podcast. Like, go ahead and get your bunion cream. Yeah, man, we got you a brand new sponsorship with Jim Brown bunion cream.
Oh shit!
So you read all 15 of these, but we not gonna release your shows until Sundays.
Oh God, the Jim Brown bunion cream.
Hey, that might be. We had Branson last week. Now we got Jim Brown bunion cream. Ooh, this sound like the Hulk Hogan, man. I turned down the Foreman grill, brother, and I had Hulk Hogan blenders. Yo, stupid ass. All right, moving on to the next comment, man. So we had the World Championship Wrestling. They're like a creative venue YouTube page. It's actually real interesting. I subscribe to it.
Okay.
They basically make different wrestling organization venues in like 2K.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? And just like do like camera around. And
okay.
I think they share them so you can download them, all that. But they shouted us out. They talked about the episode.
Man.
Yeah, it's real dope. It's real dope. So shout out to y'all. They talked about the last episode where we said, hey, AEW can't be WCW Part 2.
Yeah.
Right.
They came out and just said, yo, look, exactly. There's only one WCW.
That's true.
Right?
Right.
So, you heard the episode. We talked about that last week. Talked about the moves that AEW are making.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Are they basically making the same mistakes that WCW did? Let's get your thoughts on that since we didn't hear yours last week.
So here's my thing about what AEW is doing right now is I don't think they've went all the way into that because what they're doing so far is that WCW for the most part was getting guys that were like already there.
Exactly.
Like they were there, they're on the way down. Like even Hogan and all those guys, like they were on the way down. Like they weren't gonna get any bigger. Yeah. AEW is in a position right now where they could, in theory, make some of these guys bigger than they are. Here's where the slippery slope starts coming into play. When Daniel Bryan shows up.
Yep.
He can't get any bigger.
Yep.
Right.
Daniel Bryan's had his peak, and that's great. It's phenomenal. Right. He can't get any bigger.
Right.
CM Punk can't get any bigger.
Right.
Exactly.
Now, you might be getting in because of the uniqueness of the situation that he was in where he was gone and he was clamored for, you know, things like that, where you're getting him at like a peak, but you're not going to get him any bigger.
Right.
Exactly.
So the thing about it is that even in some ways, like TNA got some guys bigger, and more
That's true.
respected than
Right,
they were.
right.
Can AEW do that?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Right.
It hasn't happened yet. It's very early in the game.
Right.
So WCW, they would go WCW if they like signed, I don't know. Who would be somebody that, because WWE is not necessarily in that exact same situation right now either. Is there somebody you can get from WWE that's a a mid-90s type, like we signed Razor Ramon and
Right.
Diesel. Like there's nobody quite there.
Right.
I mean, I guess if they sign Goldberg and put him at the top of the card.
Right.
I'll give you an example. Bray Wyatt could be an example of that.
Okay.
Are you going to make Bray Wyatt bigger than he was? See,
Right.
like,
Ooh,
here's
that's
my
a good
thing.
point. That's a good
I don't
point.
know if they can do that. And the other thing that my biggest thing is going to be is that a whole new problem could be on the horizon where do all of these guys go?
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yep.
So that's the bigger thing I'll say, because we talked about this. I called RVS in the middle of listening to the last show, and I said, the conversation y'all having about CM Punk's in a unique place where CM Punk could come back and not be that CM Punk.
Exactly.
But I'm going to put CM Punk right next to Shawn Michaels. All right. So Shawn Michaels in the mid 90s was the best guy going. He's the best wrestler in the world, period.
Absolutely.
There was no question about it.
Right.
He was WWF champion.
Right.
Had the match with Austin, lost it, was gone. Things got a little dicey in his life and everything. But then when he came back in the early 2000s, Shawn was doing incredible match work and having great matches with everybody that was already at the top of their game then.
Right. Exactly.
CM
Right.
Punk got the chance to do that now.
Right.
So if they use CM Punk that way, and there was never any pressure to say we got to make Shawn champion.
Exactly. Right.
Use CM Punk to be the best pre-main event guy on your card.
Absolutely.
If you can afford to do that, because they spent money on him that's going to say he needs to be in the main event.
Right.
It's a tough spot.
Right.
Yeah, for sure.
A point that I gotta give the cats over at Keeping It 100, Di and Conan. I'm coming for you, Di, in fantasy football this week.
Yeah.
But a point that he made sense to me a lot, and I totally agree with, is that they have a lot of star power over there. And when you have shows like Rampage and Dynamite and stuff like that, and you're not using your stars to get viewers watching, because they had all this shine when Daniel Bryan come. They had all this shine when CM Punk came, and the ratings are starting to dip a little bit. It's kind of going back to what it was before. Use these guys. That's like if you went to, like, D, I got to give you credit for this. This is dope that you said. It's like if you went to the Brooklyn Nets game in the middle of the season and Kyrie Irving, Durant, and James Harden are not even suited up, but they on the bench. Like, you need to use your stars. Get these guys out there, because I feel like at some point, the network always comes into play at some point.
Right.
At some point, TNT is going to be, because they spending a gang of money bringing all these cats over here.
Right.
TNT's got one point, it's like, okay, we giving you network time. You got 2 shows. Hey, man, we need some revenue from this. We need to get you guys going. You got these stars. It's time for you guys to use them. Yeah. And unfortunately, it's a lot of guys at the wayside. And I'm not meaning no disrespect when I say that, but it's a lot of guys who aren't drawing as much as, a Daniel Bryan or a CM Punk. They're going to lose their spot because they're going to want to see main stars. Another good point, and this is what I'm finished. I'm going to finish saying this. You notice that it's about, an average of 2.4 million people watching wrestling right now, right? And I can't.
It's probably closer to 3, really.
Right. Yeah. I want to bring this to your attention and get you guys' opinion on it.
Sure.
Would AEW get more, would the time not right now would be best to strike for AEW to do a Monday Night War? Do you guys think they would get more people watching Dynamite on Monday nights if they went head to head with Raw versus going on a different day?
Absolutely not.
You don't think so? Okay.
Because I'll say why. When Dynamite went up against NXT, or basically when NXT went against Dynamite, they were splitting their audience. So Dynamite was consistently getting like 800,000. NXT would get like 600.
Okay.
The minute NXT moved, they consistently started doing a mill.
But Raw is trash right
now. But Raw still gets 1.5 million viewers a week.
Okay.
Still.
Okay.
Even try. And like, one of the things I noticed about Raw is, like, if you actually watch Raw right now, they've kind of dwindled their fan base down to the point of the people actually react to the shit that they want them to when they want them to, because you don't have a bunch of people that's just like, yo, this is trash.
Stockholm syndrome.
Exactly right. So that 1.5 million people that watch Raw probably are the 1.5 million people that's gonna always watch Raw.
Okay.
So moving them to Monday with that would tear their heart out.
Okay.
For real. They need
Okay.
to they need to stay on Wednesday.
Okay.
Or, you know, if they get bumped out of NHL, they need to move Saturday or whatever they're doing right now.
Okay.
Yeah, the big challenge that I see with, you know, spreading your programming around is that how many of that 1.5 still watch AEW, you know, on the other side. So.
Yeah.
So the thing that I look at and I wonder about is how many nights is too much for people to watch?
Well, wrestling's damn near on every
sure.
night of the
It
week
is.
now, isn't it?
It really is.
Literally is every Monday through Sunday.
Yeah, so I mean, like you start to run into the issue that you saw with college football and with football as a sport in general,
Right.
where Wednesday kind of was the only night where football wasn't on.
Exactly.
Okay.
The NFL used to be a Sunday thing. Then
Right.
it was a Monday thing. Then it became a Thursday thing. Now they've got a couple of games that get into Saturdays where
Right.
you're just kind of all over the place. But then you drop in college. They can get as early as Wednesday now and on Fridays, and it's more than just, and it's an all day coast to coast event on Saturday.
Right.
That's a lot for somebody to try to have the bandwidth to care about and have the availability to watch.
Exactly.
So that's the hard thing that I see that's going to happen with that is that if you've got Raw and then you've got NXT, you've got AEW with 2 nights, you've got SmackDown, maybe you've got a pay-per-view in the mix. Yeah. You also have some carryover for those crowds that might want to watch MMA or something like that. So then you got a Saturday.
That's true.
That's a tough thing to do. And then you get in the seasonality where, you got people that want to watch football and all those things too. There's only so many hours people have to watch TV.
Right.
Exactly.
So I would say that AEW's not in a place yet to bring it all home where I think they want that fight.
Okay.
Exactly.
With
Okay.
WWE.
Okay.
Exactly.
Okay.
And I think also Warner Media, like they hit 1.3 mil on Wednesday for Dynamite.
Okay.
So I think that was their highest rated Dynamite ever.
What's
Okay.
the highest rated Raw ever?
That'd be like a 6, right? Was it a 5 or
Something
5 or
yeah,
6?
like a
Was
6
it
in the rating.
Was
I don't
it
know how
the
many people
episode where was either when Mick Foley won the title or was it when Mike Tyson showed up? I don't remember.
It might
I think it was Foley. If I
think it was
remember right,
Foley,
it was
yeah.
Foley going over because WCW said what was going to happen,
Right.
thinking that they were spoiling it, and people were like, "What?"
Exactly
Get outta
right. They changed it over. And I think the important thing too, like Warner Media comes out every week, is just like, we talk about the network and they just like, hey man, million people, they literally put out a press release like every week, like, yo, check this out.
Right.
Yeah.
We got this wrestling over here. It's doing well. I think to your point about the network stepping in, the hard truth, the really, really hard truth, we're going to talk about this a little bit later, is the network probably won't step in until they start doing NXT numbers. NXT is doing 600,000 every week. When they really drop below 1 million, I think that's when the network's gonna start stepping in and being like, "Yo, y'all need to do this, that, and the third." But I think for right now, they're like, "Hey, keep doing your thing, keep building the Darby Allin or Orange Cassidy." We can see the kids in the crowd dressed up like them cats.
So
Right.
let me
Keep
ask
doing that.
y'all this then, and this is just something I'll throw at both of y'all right now. Like I watched SmackDown earlier this morning from this past week.
Right.
Might be a controversial take, might not be one, it might be reality. I still don't think that even on that split brand where WWE has been very intentional about putting all of its biggest stars on SmackDown since they went to Friday, the card that they rolled out this past week with the rematch with Edge and Seth Rollins, with 2 segments of Roman Reigns, and then with Brock Lesnar being up front, and then with Finn Balor being at the end, you had the women's segment with Becky Lynch and with Bianca Belair in the middle of it and all of that.
Yep.
I still don't think that even if they put all of their cards on the table and said we're going to put our best card up against that, I don't think AEW can match that from network TV
I agree.
star power,
I
putting
agree.
asses
I
in
agree.
front of seats and
Yeah.
TVs.
Yeah.
100%.
They
I
can't
agree.
match that yet.
No, they can't.
So here's the thing. It would be double foolish to try to do that every week.
Exactly.
Because what if WWE just said, fine, we're going to put everybody on the same show again, and we're
Right.
just going to go heads up. So we're going to open up your show with Bobby Lashley, and we're going to go in the middle with Edge and with Randy Orton
Right.
and all of these guys, and then we'll finish every week with Roman Reigns versus whoever.
Right.
I'll bring Cena back every few months.
Exactly.
Compete with that. And
Right.
I don't think I don't think they're in a place yet, and I don't think they should do that.
No.
AEW should be on the slow burn.
Yeah.
Period.
Okay.
But some of the things y'all talked about last week, they got to figure out right now how they're going to go about addressing that.
Yep.
Right.
Because John Moxley is not going to be okay with being the first guy to go over there, the first main guy to go over there.
Right.
And then he's in a 7:45 slot.
Right.
Yeah.
Because
So-
you got to put Daniel Bryan and
Right.
CM Punk and Adam Cole in the mix, and
Right.
you want to sign Bray Wyatt. Where
Where am I? Yeah.
Yeah, where is he gonna go? Where is he gonna go? Now,
Yeah.
to your point about the time slots, like Rampage comes on after SmackDown.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, it come on after SmackDown.
Okay.
Like, SmackDown go off and then Rampage
you go right on to TNT.
Exactly.
Okay.
So, I mean, for a wrestling fan on Friday, like, that's optimal. Yeah. You watch SmackDown's a good-ass show. You watch that, and then you lead in right to Rampage after that. Rampage is only an hour.
Which is another reason why Raw shouldn't stop being 3 hours, even though it's painful and it's slow. Yeah. But here's the thing, though. This day and age, you know, this has been the thing when people say, make it 2 hours. I say, why?
Right.
For me, I look at it, maybe it's a byproduct of what I do. I look at everything as being how much attention can I get on my product and how many advertisers can I get to be a part of my product.
That's why it's 3 hours. Yeah, we've already talked about that. Yeah.
But here's the thing. When you talk about going to Monday, what are they going to do? Come on at 10?
Right.
They're going to go on 11 East?
That's true.
You don't want to go head up. I think the Friday model that you make it's great.
Right.
But you don't want to try to. A Monday Night War right now means that you literally got to fit in between 7 and 10 o'clock, and they don't want to do a 3-hour show.
Right. Rampage can literally come on and say, "Well, y'all got done watching that shit. Welcome everybody to Rampage."
All right, so we got one more comment, and I'm glad that you're here for this one. Now,
I don't know who's going to win the World Series.
No, it ain't that. Thank you. So Alley-oop, but the man Alley-oop. The one that whenever we talk about Project X is like, get these women in check.
Hey, he's getting a shirt.
He got to get a shirt. But check this out. He asks, how is Bobby Lashley the king of white women? Ain't his baby mama a bad black chick? So Matt, for the people who aren't in the know, I'll let both of y'all talk a little bit about the king of white women, Bobby Lashley.
So
I'm gonna say right now, first of all, before you say anything, I'm gonna hand it to you. I want you to run with it.
Oh, you want me to run with it?
We're the Lennon and McCartney of this thing.
Okay,
we put this together.
Right.
We put this together, and this became a reality that happened for us over appetizer plate. At
Maggie O'Brien's.
Maggie O'Brien's.
Yeah, Maggie O'Brien's right around the corner here on Market.
Shout out to them.
There was that a house show or was it a?
It was the Shield show. It was the Shield's last.
The Shield's last show. Was that a SmackDown?
No, it was a house show.
It was a house show. It was the Shield's last show.
Friday night. Yep.
So after the show, we decided. No, this was before the show. Before the show, we're getting appetizers, Maggie O'Brien's, and I think I started talking. This is so bad. We started talking about the caliber of women in WWE, and we kind of factored in like what part of St. Louis would these women be from based off of their look. So we said like Charlotte Flair reminds some that Charlotte Flair. He says, yeah, that's every bit of Chesterfield right there.
Yeah, that's Chesterfield, baby.
Who did we say was from St. Charles?
Oh God, man, it's been so long. If I had to think about who's there now, South City is definitely like what's my girl that was in the Riot Squad?
You talking about Ruby Riot?
No, the one that's still there.
Liv
Morgan. Liv Morgan is definitely South City.
Yeah.
So we went through the entire thing like that and broke it down. And I was just like, but you know. The theory of Bobby Lashley being that is that there's always a brother that you look at and you be like, that brother date white women. He does it. I can tell by the way he carries himself. There's brothers like that, and then there's brothers like the Street Profits.
And
I think that the proof is in the pudding about what's there.
Right.
But here's the thing I'm not gonna go through the whole origins.
Yeah.
We could do a narrative podcast one day on the origins.
That had to be on the Patreon.
That might be on Patreon.
But here's the thing. You answered your own question. A bad black woman is his baby mama.
Exactly.
But
exactly.
Who is he with now?
Operation X.
Just you gotta look at the
I don't even know what that was.
That's that other podcast. That's that button we was told not to press.
That was the forbidden door.
Well, they opened up the forbidden door here with the Bobby Lashley question. So it's Bobby Lashley. He embodies what it's all about. Like when you look at a brother like Booker T, would you expect Booker T to walk out with a white woman?
No,
absolutely not. 100% no.
But have you watched Bobby Lashley's convo with Steve Austin on the
I was just about to say, y'all need to check that out. It's
Yeah,
pretty good.
It was good.
It was a great conversation.
Yeah.
And I am by no way, shape, or form don't support Bobby Lashley.
Yeah.
Everybody can do what they want to do. They
Yeah.
love it. Some brothers like dark-skinned women. Some brothers like light-skinned women.
Yeah.
Hey, man, love who you love.
Love who you love.
If you love,
Yeah.
if you love a man, love a man. I don't care. It's your life.
There you go.
Who you love.
But
Live
here's
your
the thing
truth.
at the end of the day.
That's your truth.
Live your truth.
One day I will give all the hints about how we got to this point. But for right now, know this because we got other things to get to.
Yes.
That's the reason why she's the baby mama. So I'm just going to put it out here like that.
All right, man. On that note, we going to roll right into the meat and potatoes of this episode, man. So we just had All Out. AEW All Out was last weekend.
Yep.
Big pay-per-view for AEW. I think they got like a 200,000 buy rate or over 200,000 buy rate. It's like probably like one of the biggest non-WWE pay-per-views that we've seen in wrestling.
Right.
So had a lot of stuff happen. We had Ruby Riott, formerly known as Ruby Riott, now Ruby Soho, make her debut in the Battle Royal in AEW.
Right.
So she got a title shot coming up against Britt Baker sometime, probably at Full Gear.
Right.
We also got Adam Cole.
Baby.
Adam Cole, baby. Came back. Boom. Came into AEW.
Right.
Got back with the Elite.
Yep.
He was an Elite guy before that AEW was a thing, but it was a twinkle in Tony Khan's eye.
Of course it was.
And Adam Cole went to WWE. And also the bigger news, WWE WrestleMania main eventer.
Future Hall of Famer.
Future Hall of Famer. I guess two-time main eventer. Bryan Danielson, formerly known as Daniel Bryan, showed up on AEW.
Yes,
man.
he did.
So, Matt, I'm going to start with you first. Let me get your thoughts on just like what you heard about All Out, what you've seen of any other match. We also had CM Punk's first match back in 7 years against Darby Allin. CM Punk won that one. We had some other dope matches.
So, the first thing I'm going to say right now
Go ahead.
is that all the things you talked about for me had nothing to do with the world champion.
Yeah, exactly.
Yep.
They did not.
That's the first thing I'm going to say.
That is a problem. That's a problem.
Technically, Adam Cole showing up had something to do with the world champion.
But did it have
Because
something to
he
do with the
joined up
world?
with the group.
Did it have something to do with the world championship on that event?
No.
So you got a 200K
No, it
person
didn't. Right.
event, and all your top 5 biggest moments.
Technically, yes. So it was after the world championship match. Kenny Omega retained against Christian.
Right.
Adam Cole comes out. They fake they do. Well, okay. If you pay attention to AEW, you knew Adam Cole was going to join up with the Elite because he came out the heel tunnel.
Right.
Sure.
So you knew he was about to do that. So, and we talked about this last time too. Just the match with Kenny Omega versus Christian wasn't the exciting world title match that they should have had.
Right.
It should have been Hangman Page versus Kenny Omega. Hangman Page winning the title, culminating this 2-year story that they've been telling.
Sure.
So that took a lot of luster off of that. So very, very technically, but I see what you're saying. Honestly, I see what you're saying.
The guy that you're talking about that had anything to do with that match was not in it.
Yep.
There's the thing that I look at and I say is that, man, I love the names that are showing up.
Right.
I love the pomp and circumstance. It's awesome. But right now, for me, it kind of feels like playing like No Mercy.
Yeah.
Where we playing the Royal Rumble and I'm like, yo, look at all these dope ass guys that are coming out.
Right.
Who's the champion?
Right. Exactly.
Well, and also, I guess,
Are we? I'll
Go
add this as a question. I'll leave this here till y'all can take it.
Yeah.
I have, maybe call me old school. I always believe that the champion should be the guy that everything is revolving around.
I agree.
When I watch SmackDown, it's very clear.
It's very clear.
Who the whole thing runs around.
Right.
Yeah.
When sometimes when I watch Raw, I get the point of who the show is going around.
Right.
It's very clear who the champion is.
Right.
It sometimes isn't as clear about what the point of the show is.
Right.
But SmackDown, I think, might be a better example of what I'm saying right now.
Yeah, for sure.
Is that AEW also is in a build stage, by the way. AEW is in a build stage, whereas both of those promotions those avenues in that promotion are at sustain mode at the most. At some point, though, you bring in these people and that build has to happen. When I watch your biggest pay-per-view of all time, it needs to be the guy with the strap.
Exactly.
That it's all about in the end.
Well, and that's why I say technically it was revolving around it because you had two guys debut right after the world title match. So you got the one guy joining the world champions group and you got the other guy basically about to fight the world champion. So they're setting up Bryan Danielson versus Kenny Omega. Now,
would you have cared about that as much as if none of that happened, though? Like if they just had that match and they didn't have... Right now, you have Bobby Lashley go out and defend his title, right? But then you got to bring out Steve Austin and The Rock for it to matter.
That's true.
I don't know. That's just me.
Like I said, like I'm from the standpoint of, yo, they had this story that was supposed to culminate. So I'm definitely disappointed in that.
Yeah.
And, you know, just we talked about it last week, like it being Christian Cage, it's like, yo, I love Christian. Christian's, you know, dope, Impact World Champion, but it was just like, the main event
Been there,
wasn't
done that
there.
15 years ago.
Right.
Exactly. The main event wasn't there. So they definitely fumbled the main event there. It would have been way more impactful if it's Kenny Omega versus Hangman Page. Hangman Page wins, gets his championship moment, but then Adam Cole comes out, challenges for the championship. Bryan Danielson comes out, it's like, yo, I just want to wrestle whoever is
I'm here to do work.
Then it goes off.
Right.
And
That's
then
way
Kenny
more
Omega
exciting.
is still there in the back, like,
Exactly.
Right.
don't forget about me.
Exactly, right. That's way more exciting. So they did fumble that because, you know, I mean, Hangman is taking care of his kids, man. Can't be mad at that.
Right.
But
I mean, I thought they were doing that when they first started, when Jericho had his run.
Right.
That run, when the show revolved around him.
Right.
It was his show, you know, and then like it went like they totally went a totally different direction. So I'm like, there's a lot of times I'm watching AEW and like out, you know, for that split 5 or 10 minutes, I forget who the damn world champion is, and then like, oh yeah, it's Omega. Like right now, I couldn't tell you who the Intercontinental Champion is in WWE right now.
It's not
Shinsuke.
Nakamura.
See what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like,
right.
I'm old school too. Yeah. I think the belts make the belts mean something. That's why they're there. Like I think they get away from that. Both companies do at some points. Those belts need to now. They're doing a phenomenal job with Roman and Bobby right now.
Right.
But the belts, I know they're just props, but that's the whole. You got to have structure.
Right.
Well, then let's go away from Roman and Bobby. Even though I don't like how this storyline is going, they're using the belt as it should be as a central plot device,
Right.
with Bianca and
Exactly.
Becky.
Exactly.
And they're using the belt to turn Becky as best as they can.
Right.
And it's making sense.
Yeah.
Even Charlotte's using the belt that way.
Right.
How they book them in is a little different, but you know who the champion is.
Right.
So for what I want for AEW to do at this point now is, quite honestly, stop signing guys.
Yeah.
Don't turn into the Yankees.
Yeah.
Right.
Yep.
Where you've got all of these guys.
Or the Lakers.
Or the Lakers.
It's the like, I'm gonna say we said they were the Lakers a couple weeks ago.
There's no reason to do that.
Yeah.
Just now it's time to start making it be about who's there.
Right.
Because the thing that the measure mark I hold a new promotion to in any regard is, can you make stars?
Right.
Or do you just carry stars that are already made?
And that is the problem with pro wrestling right now, because you're not going to be able to keep relying on these old guys. When these guys, when Punk, Bryan Danielson, Undertaker, Kane, Big Show, all these old Cena, when they're old. Here, let's think about that.
Yeah.
Let's think about this
Let's
right
pull-
now.
let's pull this thread.
When all of these guys are as 60, when they're as old as Flair, and they're done, what does pro wrestling look like now?
Well, let me ask you. Let me couple another.
It looks like
question.
Seth Rollins wrestling when he's 50.
But who else?
That's it.
Who are the
John Moxley and Roman?
Who are the 3 best wrestlers that are 32 years old or younger?
Right now?
Yes.
Roman.
Is Roman
I think
younger than 32?
I think he's young. I think he's younger.
He might be 32.
30. I think he might be in.
might be
He's in his mid. He's. I know he's younger than us. If he's not younger than us, he's the same age.
Yeah.
That's what we got Google, y'all.
He's younger.
We gotta get the Googles going.
I think he might be 35. I think he's 30. He's probably 1 year younger.
He's 36.
He's 30, so he's same
36.
age.
He's same age.
Okay, so you said 32. Okay. Is Seth 32?
Yeah.
I'll say Seth.
Well, I think he's older than that. I think he might. I think
Let's
he's
say
the same
30,
age.
all right, so let's say 35.
35.
There we go.
35. Okay, so
Yeah.
Roman don't count. Okay.
Roman doesn't count, and he shouldn't count. He's the world champion.
He's the world champion.
Right.
Okay.
How old is Finn Balor?
He's got to be under.
Finn is older.
Oh, he is?
Yeah, he's
okay.
like 37.
But see, this is my point. This is the problem. Like, I can't even think of any.
So the problem is happening.
Finn is 40.
Wow.
Finn's 40.
So here's the thing. We're at this point where, is there a future? And if it is it getting the chance to get the reps to get there?
Right.
Because, I mean, I hate to keep going back to it, but though, let's look at the late 80s, early 90s.
Yeah.
You know, guys that were low 30s, high 20s were getting reps in. But they were getting their reps outside of what was going on. So
Right.
you asked me earlier about WCW and AEW.
Yeah.
One of the best things that AEW could do is to separate those two worlds.
Yeah.
Young guys need to be fighting young guys.
Right.
The cruiserweight division in WCW set up a whole nother generation of world champions.
Cruiserweight division was one of the reasons I even watched Nitro. I'm not even gonna lie to you.
Yeah, that was
So
it.
where's
That
the
was it.
differentiator right now in AEW? WWE doesn't have one, and that's their biggest problem. It used to be the women, but now that's gotten a little bit more muddled.
Right.
They don't have a differentiator, and that's why the show seems so monotonous. It just doesn't go anywhere.
I would actually say their differentiator is their tag division. Like the biggest match on All Out was Young Bucks versus Lucha Bros.
That was a crazy match.
That was a dope match.
How old are the Young Bucks?
The Young Bucks are in they're 36. They're like 36. I think, well, Nick Jackson might be like 35. But again, to your point, I mean, even Orange Cassidy is like 37. You know what I'm saying? I think Darby Allin is probably like one of the younger cats that's in the mix.
They might not. Maybe they're not there yet. Maybe they're not in the promotions. You know?
Yeah. Well, and I think that's a big thing too. Like they talk about this even in the 90s. Like a lot of cats don't hit their stride into their mid 30s. Like a lot of wrestlers don't hit their stride.
Oh, and I believe that hitting your stride is one thing, but I think that even the guys that, you know, like I knew about them at least.
For sure.
I can't even see the future right now.
I don't.
because-
I can't. Yeah, like a name. Like I can't even. What? How old is the bro dude in WWE?
No,
Like,
we're not.
You talking about Matt Riddle?
No, we won't.
dude. It's gonna. Vince likes him. Vince, get off the shot.
Hey, we just made Matt walk out because ROD suggested Matt Riddle. Matt Riddle's actually 35.
Okay.
He fixed
Hey
the
man,
bill.
I'm not a fan, but I'm just saying I see the writing on the wall. Matt, you can come back in here, man. I won't talk about Matt Riddle no more. I'm sorry.
You see what you did, Matt Riddle?
Oh man.
I told y'all before, Matt Riddle. You see what you did? You kicked your flip flops off, and now our guest and left the show. You see that? You see that? He might not come back.
This
is his phone that we're recording on, but
that's
hopefully
his
he
phone.
come back.
Yeah, hey man, I just I'm done talking about it. I said, my bad, man. I'm not a fan of him either, man. I'm not. I'm just saying I see the writing on the wall with the shit. You know it, you see it too. What you do when Matt Riddle hit the screen? What you do? Turn to fantasy football and get some picks, or do you turn to CNN? And when Matt Riddle comes on the screen,
Bro. Matt Riddle? Long time ago, John Cena rapping and wearing jerseys made me stop watching. Matt Riddle makes me change the channel quicker than anything other than a "You Deserve It" chant for Becky Lynch over Bianca Belair.
I'm not a fan of Matt Riddle. I'm just saying I can tell that Vince is trying to put a rocket on his back. I can see it.
For whatever reason.
For whatever reason.
And you know what? It might be the legit, hey, he was an MMA guy. We were probably seeing that with Bobby for real too. You know,
I'm
he's
not a
legit
fan. I can't get with it.
Nah, he's corny to me, man.
Yeah, I don't
he's
get it.
super corny.
I don't get
He got the fake Chronic 2001.
We're not even gonna waste no
song.
more time talking to him on this podcast. You
Yeah,
want to
you know
talk
what?
about Matt Riddle? Go listen to Busted Open or whatever else, somebody else podcast. We're not gonna talk about. We done.
All right, so check this out. So we do have to talk about with Adam Cole coming over. News leaked this week about some of the original plans that WWE pitched to Adam Cole. Right?
What was that?
So apparently, the idea for Adam Cole was to turn Keith Lee heel. Right? Yeah, I think they're still talking about doing
What the hell
that.
they doing with him?
But see, well, this is what they were gonna do.
They're running the Chris Masters plan with him right now.
Yeah. So they were going to turn Keith Lee heel, have Adam Cole be his manager with a different name, so they don't have two Coles. So they don't have Michael Cole and Adam Cole. And it was basically going to be a Leo Rush / Bobby Lashley dynamic, where Cole is the little guy behind the big guy.
No.
What y'all think about that?
How about
I think
this?
I already said it, but what y'all think?
How about you turn Adam Cole into Shawn Michaels and have Keith
Exactly.
Lee be Diesel?
There you go.
Again, we are booking better shit than WWE. What's up?
Do you know how perfect Adam Cole would have been for them to run the type of thing that they tried to, I guess maybe semi-successfully ran with Almost and AJ Styles?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, absolutely right.
Yep.
Right.
Like, just let him go.
Let him go.
And Keith Lee don't get me wrong, Almost is going to be a problem.
Yeah, he is.
When he figure this wrestling shit out,
Yeah.
he's going to be a problem.
Yeah, he is.
He ain't right now.
Nope.
He's a solution right now.
He's a high school guy drafted into the NBA.
Right.
Sure.
No
Right.
reason to play
100%.
big minutes. Just give him enough time to start to figure it out.
Yep.
And then when he gets there, make sure he can go.
Right.
They need to have him spending time with The Undertaker.
Right.
They need to have him spending time with guys like Sid.
Yep.
Nash has already started talking to him.
Yep.
Good.
I was
Nash
gonna
has
say
already
he kind of gives me that feel of like when Moose went into Impact, and now Moose is crazy.
Moose is a problem.
He a problem.
Yeah. he ended up re-signing with Impact.
Okay.
Like, he had everybody was trying to pull him in, but he ended up going back with Impact because there's more room at the top of the card.
Yeah. I mean, you can look. That's another good point too. When the place to be is WWE. That's the NFL. All right, that's where you want to go.
We'll get to that.
Okay.
Go ahead.
I was gonna say that's the place you want to go, but their track record's not speaking very well with what they're doing with these stars that come over here. Like you see what happens when they bring these people over, and then they just kind of just dwindle.
Here's where things went wrong.
Like look at Killian Cross. What the hell is that shit?
I'm sorry, the executioner. Here's the thing. Here's where things went wrong with WWE and bringing these people along, and why AEW is good at it is that WWE did great with bringing in the guys from NXT at first because they weren't anybody. So they got a chance to go on and do that. Then they brought them up and they put them into high impact spots to make their name and to have something like that.
Right.
I mean, I didn't know who Roman Reigns or Seth Rollins or Dean Ambrose was when they put Ryback through that table, but they did it in a world championship match, in a way that put them on the map.
Made them stars, right?
Exactly.
Right.
But the thing about it is that Adam Cole got a name.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like all these guys that are over there that were in NXT that were just sitting there languishing in a lot of people's eyes and probably in their eyes too.
Right.
They got a name.
Right.
These guys are headliners. They've been big guys in other places. WWE doesn't do good with embracing that other people bring their own stuff to the table.
Right.
Unless they brought it to the table from somebody that they saw being a peer like WCW.
Now here's the issue though with Adam Cole specifically. WWE knows that he's a headliner. Why? We had Survivor Series 2 years ago, where it was Raw versus SmackDown versus NXT.
Yep.
Adam Cole won the match of all the champions.
That's true.
In that match, they know what he can do.
Right.
They know who he is, but they were just like, you know what? We expect the rest of y'all not to remember that, so we just gonna change his name and all that.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
They don't do well with that, and that's kind of the problem that goes into the arrogance of where they're at, and what turns off a lot of people that want to see people do that. But the problem is that they've done it before. They just needed to get back into that. There was no reason to do it. That's why they shouldn't have killed the IC title the way it is. Because if you would have had Adam Cole as an IC champion, I mean, it would have been like when Chris Jericho had it, or when like Kurt Angle and all those guys had it. Like it was the IC title mattered.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? I mean, and that was the second tier of the IC title. Like if you go back way before that, you made Bret Hart with that.
Yeah.
Now, you don't even have to do as much work with Adam Cole as you did with Bret Hart.
That belt meant the belt. I missed the days where the belts mattered. Hell, D'Lo Brown, black ass carrying a European strap meant something.
Right.
He was going back and forth with Xbox fighting every damn Monday night. But the belts meant something.
There's people whose entire careers were made still to this day by the IC belt, like Mr. Perfect. Mr. Perfect was never the world title champion. He was the best guy that never won the world title.
Yep.
Piper had it.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Brett used it as a stepping stone. Sean used it as a stepping stone. Razor never had the world title over there, but he was the 4-time IC champ when being a 4-time IC champ was a big deal.
That was crazy.
It built people.
Right.
WWE could do a lot more right now if they made their titles matter.
Yes.
Right. I was
Cena.
exactly
Same way.
Cena's
With the United
States champion.
I'll even dumb it down even more.
The Rock.
I'll dumb it down even more. When you
Triple
said
H.
they need to get back to the titles. When you said they need to do more, I think they need to do less and go back to basics. Agreeing with you, so just get back to go with what brought you to the dance. Like
the worst thing that ever happened to the WWE, and I'm gonna tie this back, and we can talk about this at length some other time, was the success of John Cena. Because he grew from within.
Yep.
They felt like they made him and did it that way. Yep. And now they've been trying to make another one of him ever since.
Right.
Whether it's Batista,
Right.
Whether it's Roman. They've tried to do this all these different times. And it don't work.
It don't work.
That got to happen on its own.
Yep.
That ain't something you can just roll out there.
Right.
You think that if people knew how to make another Michael Jordan, they wouldn't just do it every time they needed it?
Right.
Right.
That's a good point.
It just doesn't work that
make
way.
another hoe.
That's a good point. That's a good point.
Motherfuckers say they made hoes. It's the same thing.
That's a good point.
So I'm glad y'all brought that up because Mick Foley actually was very vocal about this last week, and he basically said the same thing.
We got a problem.
He was just like, if I was a young wrestler today, I don't know if I want to go to WWE because they're gonna fumble my character. He's like, yo, I would probably go to an AEW or an Impact or a Ring of Honor or something like that to get a bigger name. And I think a lot of that too, the internet factors into it a lot more. We have a lot more access to other organizations. So it's different, but WWE is doing a very, very bad job of playing up what time we're in right now.
Right, but that's a problem because you don't hear like a wide receiver or running back from Alabama saying, yeah, man, I hope I get this contract and go to play in the XFL. No, motherfucker, you want to go to the NFL.
Exactly.
Well, that's a problem. That's
right.
an identity crisis.
Yeah, it's a problem when cats start saying like WWE isn't the place to go. Now, one cat that that does say that WWE is the place to go is their first NIL signing, Gable Stevenson. Right, Olympic gold medalist.
First black Olympic gold medalist.
First black in wrestling.
Yeah,
right?
wrestling.
Yes. Current NCAA champion. Just signed a deal with WWE.
I saw that.
Still wrestling for Minnesota.
Yeah, that's a super creative way of the NIL going and them being able to impact people. But I think I said this when I sent it over. He's the perfect type of signing for WWE, though. Because if I was him and I was in his seat, there wouldn't be any other way for me to go because they can, the NIL track, you know what I'm saying, the things that they can do, the money I can make, and then that there's an immediate pathway for me over there. Now, what happens with him on the other side? Who knows? Hopefully that whatever it is they do with NXT, they bring him in and he is the centerpiece of that shit.
Yeah.
Because like, you know, when you look around all the guys that were NXT champion that are in WWE right now, they got a chance to actually take that time, whether it's Big E, whether it's Seth, you know, that actually works out. That works out well. It works out good when they're taking somebody who's coming out of Iowa, you know, whatever Seth's situation was, or where, you know, FCW.
Big E came out of Iowa.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So, I mean, it's like when you're taking these people there, you got a chance to do it. They just got to be comfortable enough pumping the brakes and not feeling like we put a lot of money into this guy. We need to get a payout right now because I could easily see them thinking that he's Kurt Angle. And Kurt came in and just was a different. He was unique. LeBron. Yeah, he was LeBron James.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, prodigy. Yeah.
Brock. I mean,
same
prodigy.
Way.
You know.
So that was one of the things I was worried about. Like, if they sign this cat and they're like, okay, we got another one thinking he's like Kurt Angle, but like, dude, he has some heavy shoes to fill.
For sure.
Quick.
For sure.
They're going to want him to be quicker than they was with Angle.
Yeah.
They're like, all right, man, we need you to do the corkscrew, backscrew, DDT off the top rope today.
Well,
and you black. You can jump high. You can run fast.
And it could end up being a thing where it's like a blend between Kurt and Mark Henry. Mark Henry came in real quick with the buzz and all that stuff, and had the title, had the image and all of that stuff. And you know they're going to basically turn him into this Captain America. You know what I'm saying? They're going to play that up, you know, but it'd be interesting to see what they do with it because they got the opportunity to get it right.
Yeah.
Will they have the patience to, though? And that's WWE's biggest problem. Too much patience with the wrong people, too little with the right.
I agree.
Exactly.
I agree.
Exactly.
Yep.
So, I think it's about that time.
Oh, shit. It's about that time,
I think it's about that time, bro.
It's about that time.
Yeah, it's about that time. Man, tell the good people out here about the luxurious, illustrious awards that we give out on this here program.
Oh, Lord, yeah. If you have been living under the rock, we give out these illustrious award called the You Fucked Up, You Know Your Ass is Doomed Award. How do you get said award? It's really quite simple. If you're in the realm of professional wrestling and you do some dumb shit, we are the motherfuckers that tell you about yourself. But we decided to change the name of this award because somebody by the name of John Jones, that John Jones, the same John Jones that you know that I'm talking about, decided in the middle of a global pandemic to get a DWI when you're supposed to be at home. What are you doing, John Jones? Stay at home. And we're fans of yours, sir.
Yes.
We're fans of yours.
Yes.
But why? Why? He didn't want his freedom. So that's why we requested the You Fucked Up, You Know Your Ass is Doomed Award to the John Jones' Freedom Memorial Award because John Jones didn't want his freedom. You want me to do the other two?
Yeah, go ahead.
Second,
because we going for the gusto this time.
Okay, so the second award, didn't we said we was doing a name change to this award because it's no longer. Didn't we say we was changing that? Yeah, we did say this with Daryl. What did he say? We got to do it now.
Yeah. So this we gonna put this up temporarily. We're gonna see what you think about this. So,
all right.
The award maybe formerly known as the On Godnam Award because of Adrian Broner, and basically when you say you're gonna do something and you don't.
Yeah.
Daryl proposed that we turn that into the Sha'Carri Richardson Award.
Yeah.
We're gonna see what you think, man. We're gonna see what you think.
Yeah. Done. Sign it.
Hey.
Sign it.
And so
spot.
SOLC Network approved.
Oh,
the
God.
Sha'Carri Richardson.
Oh, now this might, okay, Adrian Broner, this might get back to her.
Hey, she might go in on us on Instagram like she did.
She'll be okay.
So, yes, we have the Sha'Carri Richardson Award of when you say you're going to do something and you end up not doing it. And yes, the granddaddy of them all,
And
the world championship of
The
fucked up
world
awards.
championship of the awards. If you do something in the realm of professional wrestling where you are honored to get both of these awards in the same offense, you get the Nate Robinson Award of Egregiousness because Nate Robinson shouldn't have been in that damn ring fighting Jake Paul.
Again, we sorry, Boogie D, man.
Might have to change that to the. No, I'm not going to. No, I'm
To
not
the
going to.
Evander Holyfield Award.
Nate was laying on the ground. Nate was laying on the ground like a Browning serve that fell off the grill. Like I thought I had 3 sausages. Oh no, Nate Robinson laying on the ground.
I mean, yeah. Shout out to Triller, Vitor Belfort. No, actually, don't shout out that shit because they had Trump commentating.
Yeah, that was
we're going to talk about that. But for the award this week,
we got a triple offender.
So yeah, we got a triple offender.
Oh God,
we got a triple offender.
Who is it this
The
time?
Nate Robinson Award for this week goes to Vince McMahon's in XFL.
What?
That's right. They still out here fucking people's eyes up.
What are they doing with the XFL?
Oh,
Vince McMahon's version of the XFL. Why? So, former WWE commentator Jonathan Coachman is very, very unhappy with the way he was treated by Vince McMahon and WWE in recent years. Coachman alleges that McMahon and WWE owe him anywhere between $8,000 and $20,000 for the work that he did with the XFL.
okay. Time out. We got like 60 seconds left, and
Yes.
I'm going to use only 15 seconds asking it. You out in the world asking somebody for $8,000?
Bruh. Like, I guess if it's his paycheck, not even $8,000. $8,000 or $20,000. Anywhere between $8,000 and $20,000.
There should be no way that it's either or in between.
Yeah, right. That's a pretty big gap. That's a
So basically what you're saying is that Jonathan Coachman deserves this award as well for not keeping his receipts.
yeah.
He deserves it for somebody owing him $8,000 and him being willing to talk about it in the media.
Exactly. Yeah.
$8,000?
Yeah.
Here's the thing.
So
Everybody
between
has
8
their
and 20.
problems. Everybody has
do.
their tears. Everybody has a level of, and me personally, yeah, if I'm missing $8,000, I'm going to know it's gone.
I know it's gone.
However, with the things you've done in your career, if it's 20, that's one thing.
Right.
If it's 8, that's a whole nother.
Right.
I feel like we might be needing to have some conversations about that brother they found from the Cosby Show or from a different world. About,
That was a Trader Joe's.
yeah. Am I gonna see? Am I gonna see? Am I gonna see Jonathan Coachman at Sports Service at Busch Stadium?
You might. You might. Now, here's the thing. He did.
Sour cream is $1.50.
No, he all right because he too busy doing the abbreviated version of a halftime show and all the damn Madden games. Don't get me started. That's a whole other rated R rant. I'm not.
Well,
that's where the rated R rant started from.
So check this out though. So check this out. His podcast is on adfreeshows.com. It sounds like he needs some ads.
He needs some. Yeah.
He needs some ads on it. You're right. Jonathan
But he's
Coachman
on
gets the
ad
award.
free.
Ad free.
What are you doing? What are you doing?
Sign them up. Both awards. Sign 'em up.
Yes. Jonathan Coachman, Vince McMahon, the XFL, y'all all get the Nate Robinson Award of egregiousness. Check your mailbox. Check your inbox. It's coming.
It's coming.
It's
First
coming.
class certified.
Yes, sir. So, real quick, for the I'm Black Y'all segment, since we only got a couple minutes left, and this is gonna be a crazy ass question. So just say first thing off your brain. For the I'm Black Y'all segment this week, who is going to be the next black world champion
Of what?
of anything?
Professional wrestling?
WWE.
Of
Professional
anything.
wrestling.
The next black world champion?
Yeah, let's say
Biggie.
a WWE.
Biggie.
Okay.
There you go. That's
Okay.
a good one. What about you?
Big E. I can't see use Big E.
Here's the thing, though. He's going to have to fight Bobby Lashley for it because there's no way
Yeah.
Yeah, there's no way
they'll
there's going
both
to be two
have
of
it
them.
at the same time.
Yeah.
Or he's got to wait for Brock to beat Roman.
Right.
One of the two.
Right.
Can't happen both.
I would have picked Big E. I don't. Yeah, he's Money in the Bank.
Yeah, he's Money in the Bank champion.
Yeah, I mean, he's pretty much going to guarantee it.
Right. Well, we'll see.
Hey, can I ask y'all this real quick for the I'm Black Y'all segment?
Sure.
Like,
Yeah.
just real quick. Who's the biggest black male star in AEW?
Scorpio Sky.
Yeah. Where's he at on the card?
So they pushed him down. Well, I'm not going to say they pushed him down the card. He got hurt for a while. They didn't explain that at all. But right now, he is with Dan Lambert of American Top Team, the MMA guy. He's currently in a storyline where Dan Lambert is coming in and is just like, yo, AEW's trash. All these cats flipping and flopping and running and diving.
Thank you.
He's like, yo, these ain't real men. This dude has an MMA background. He's with All Ego Ethan Page as well.
So he about to come in like Steve Blackman.
Yeah.
Like literal Steve Blackman.
Yeah.
Kendo
Them
sticks.
his theme song was just drums hitting.
Like he was playing his theme song.
Right.
Kendo
Yeah, with the
You
Kendo
sound like them cats be playing the drums outside Busch Stadium.
Yeah,
time to
the
go.
buckets. But yeah, I agree with you. Like they gotta bring him back up. They fumbled the bag with him as well. But it's Scorpio Sky. I'm expecting them to bring him up in a big way within the next like 2-3 months. If they do not, then we have a whole nother conversation to have.
I'm just gonna say this. I'm gonna say this, and then I'm done. This is my last thing, and I'm signing off. You don't get to have a lack of black champions just because the owner's married to a black woman. It's the reverse Bobby Lashley rule. And I'm done.
It's time to go.
And I'm done.
Where can they find you at?
Where can they find you at?
Where can they find you at?
Well, you
Oh,
can't find him.
You can't find him.
Where can they find you at?
You can find me on all social media platforms at R8TED_R. Where can they find you at?
Yes, you can find me at FrenchIce06. That's FRANCHICE06. You can find We Coming For You Cast on Twitter, Instagram, TikTok at WCFY Cast.
TikTok, you don't stop.
Yes, sir.
What's up,
Yes,
Conan?
sir. Yes. Find us on Facebook, We Coming For You Wrestling Cast Fans. Hit us up on email, WeCominForYouCast@gmail.com. And of course, hit us up, Pro Wrestling Black.
Are you ready for some football?
.org.
And before we get out of here, much love to Kazi Society.
Yes.
Yes.
Here again,
Yes.
Tucker in Washington.
Tucker in Washington.
Yes.
Show love to it.
Yep.
Catch the whole SOLC, man. You can find us on Facebook. You can find us on everything that you subscribe to
Yes, sir.
to get your podcast. Every program we got on there, one feed. Best bang for your absolutely $0 that you're going to get, man.
Right.
That's it.
Piece of these brothers are putting in work, though, however, for
Right.
us.
No
Appreciate
problem.
it. Hey, We Coming For You Cast. We out.
We out.
Peace.
Peace.
You want it? You got it. You want me to get crazy? I'll get crazy. Sitting there apologizing. For what? Because I gotta fight 3 guys? 3 guys trying to kill me? I'm a gang member, baby. Remember that.